This week, someone who could loosely be described as a musician and an activist was welcomed to the Dáil in Dublin for a guided tour by a group of so-called politicians, elected representatives representing Irish people. And that's not something unusual, that people would be invited over and shown around and welcomed into Dublin. But this guy is different. Let's just say this guy's different. Not somebody that I'm overly familiar with, to be honest with you. And personally, I don't give a damn about what he says as such, what he believes in, what he's interested in, and what his area of activism is. I don't know the guy. The problem that I can see is that when elected representatives of Dáil Éireann roll out the red carpet and fawn over and get elated about appearing in photographs with someone like this, who has been caught on camera recently celebrating the political assassination of Charlie Kirk based on his views that would be different from this man's views. And listen, again, people can feel what they want, they can believe what they want, they can get behind whatever ideology they want. It's a free world. But when you start to celebrate the death, the murder, the killing of other people based on their political beliefs, celebrating it, mocking it, and then get invited by members of the Irish Parliament, per se, with smiles on their faces, then questions have to be asked as to the caliber of these people who are doing the inviting, more so than the people that are being invited. So this is a post from Paul Murphy, who's a member of People Before Profit, or Profit Before People, if some have described them as. He says, "Look who came for a visit." And this is Paul Murphy here with his Palestine flag in his profile picture, even though he's supposedly an Irish politician. Look who came for a visit. They won't silence Bob, I think it's Bob Vylan or Vylan. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. They won't silence Bob Vylan. They won't silence the movement around the world against genocide, apartheid, and imperialism. Rattling off the socialist rhetoric there is our Paul in his Oxfam jumper, looking like a hobo, even though he says supposed to be an elected representative. And I can't talk, by the way. I'm not exactly Mr. Fashion. But then again, I'm not representing people on the world stage where I would at least make an effort with my appearance. He's a Trump in the same vein as Vladimir Zelensky, who pretends to be a Trump to gain sympathy, but in reality, he's coining it, probably a bit like Paul Murphy, allegedly. And then, of course, he goes on, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Yay!" Never heard that one before. And again, Middle East, let them crack on with it. Ukraine, let them crack on with it. What can I do? What can you do that's listening? What can these imbeciles do in the Dáil when their own country is going to the dogs? Virtue signaling with foreign flags and visiting rappers or whatever he is. So that was what Paul Murphy wrote, and he wasn't alone. This is another post from a member of Sinn Féin, honoured to host Bobby Vylan, whatever his name is, in the Dáil today for a tour and cross-party discussion on Palestine activism and the fight for a better world. Doesn't mention Ireland. It's unreal that these people are being paid a wage and elected to represent people in Irish constituencies, and this is what they're spending their time doing. If to ask questions, why? Why? Someone commented, guest of honour at Irish Parliament today, ladies and gentlemen. This is the musician in question at a recent concert. And I'm going to show you a clip here that I don't particularly want to do, but it just highlights what I'm talking about, the caliber of the people that are being honoured in Dáil Éireann. Guest of honour, immorality of this aside, is it wise for Irish politicians to so warmly welcome a man who mocked a recent act of political violence in the US, and that was the shooting, the very public shooting of Charlie Kirk, which now feels like it was a million years ago. Just so much is going on at the minute. Is this a responsible decision at a time of increasingly delicate US-Irish diplomatic relations? It's almost as if the Irish left are going hammer and tongs to destroy the relationship with the US, which ultimately underpins, or could be seen or could be argued to underpin, a big percentage of the Irish economy. And this is a screenshot from this guy, and I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to show you the clip now. If you talk SH1T, you will get banged, he says. So what? If someone comes out with rhetoric that this guy doesn't agree with, they'll get banged? Am I a target? Bobby? Do I deserve to get shot also? So let me show you this Val wretch in concert, just to prove that I'm not making this up. And I just saw this morning. Like I said, I'm not a follower of this person. Personally, I don't give a damn where he sings, where he goes, what he believes in. But when he's invited as a guest in Dublin to the Dáil and lauded and applauded and held up as someone that should be honoured and respected, where's the bar at right now in terms of respect? Listen to this.
This next one to an absolute piece of shit of a human being. The pronouns was, were.
Look at him laughing. Let me give you a piece of advice, Bob. What goes around comes around. Be careful what you mock. And when you wish ill on other people, when you gloat over the deaths and suffering of other people, and this goes for anybody, me included, listener, you, this guy, whoever, when you do that, especially with a smirk on your face and you're getting paid for it, things have a way of coming around.
Because if you touch shit, you will get banged.
Smiling, making gun symbols, gloating over the death of someone who was shot for his beliefs, ultimately. Question of who did the shooting now, it's still out there. Bottom line is he's gone. And there's Bob making gun gestures, gloating, and welcomed to the Dáil.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, you piece of shit.
There you go. That's the caliber of the guests. A guest at Dáil Éireann. Some of the responses to this on social media when they were posted up. The disturbing thing is they're highlighting that they too would celebrate the death of innocents if they were having different political ideologies. Indeed, what celebrations were carried out behind closed doors that we didn't see? They're all vile. Disgraceful State Department. Please examine the hateful rhetoric. He's a piece of scum. Really awful person. Eoin doesn't care. Disgusted based on his marks about the comments on Charlie Kirk's death. Embarrassing. Put the shovel down. Unreal. Shame on you. Vomiting emoji. Bad move. Look who came for a visit. Honoured to host Bobby Vylan. Honoured. Says more about you than it does about this guy. But anyway, that's where we're at. It's where Ireland's going at the minute, down this godless left-wing path. But anyway, I'm just bringing this to your attention. This is what I saw. I just felt like giving my thoughts on it. Take it or leave it. Agree or disagree. And there's a case in point. I don't care if you agree with me or disagree with me. I'm not really trying to convert anybody. I'm just speaking my mind. Some people will agree, some people will disagree. But I wouldn't like to think that people will fall out with me over what I believe, in the same way that I wouldn't wish ill on anyone or fall out with them over what they believe in. I might be vehemently opposed to it. I might speak powerfully against it. But I let things take their course. And I certainly have never wished anyone ill on this platform. I've certainly criticized them severely, called them out for what they are. But in terms of wishing ill on them, no. It's a bad move. Very bad move. And it would say a lot about me as a person, who is a very flawed individual, by the way. But I try not to do that. I'm not perfect. I do it sometimes. Gritted teeth behind closed doors. Maybe I'm just a hypocrite too, like these people. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just speaking my mind. I'm just getting this off my chest. So tell me what you think below. Was it out of order? Is it sending a message out really to what the people in Leinster House, some of the people in Leinster House, are about? And as you can see, the people that are copied in there, you know, Social Democrats, Paul Murphy, Francis Black, other people that I don't even know who they are. Look at the squad of them there in that photograph. So leave me your comments below. Cut and paste the link to this video. Feel free to share it out. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And if you do so, hit the notification bell so you'll be updated immediately when I unleash content onto the internet. But for now, I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media. Over and out.